So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the important libraries in Python. So Python, if you know, it's one of the software that is used a lot in data science. So two of the most important libraries used as far as visualization is concerned are Matplotlib and Seaborn. So we'll have a look at both of them today. So the available functions that are there in both of these libraries are histograms, line charts, pie charts, and matplotlib. And then you have distribution plot, pair plots, box plots, and bar plots in Seaborn. So we'll have a look at all of them one by one. So what is histogram? Histogram is nothing but it is used to measure the frequency of items in a single columns. So you can also divide the individual values in bins. So for example, temperature here is a categorical numerical because 5 degrees less than 10 and 10 is less than 15 and so on and so forth. So what you can do is divide them into bins individually and pass them as a parameter, or you can just pass the column in the command and then Python will automatically create bins. So the important point to note here is that it is used to measure the frequency of items occurring in a particular column only. So the command is very simple, plt, which is a command for matplotlib. So plt.hist, and this is your column over here, temperature column, which is being generated here. And what matplotlib is doing is counting the individual temperature, how many times it is occurring. And then similar to histogram, you also have count plot in Seaborn, which does the same thing. So the command is sn.countplot and then you pass the column. Then you also have distribution plot. So distribution plot, again same thing as histogram, but the only difference is that it also shows you a probability distribution. So it gives you this extra curve along with it, and the area under this curve will always be 1. So the total probability will always be 1. So you can see here I am printing the some of the IPL stats, that how many times do teams win by runs and how many times is it, what is the probability of that. So winning by 25 runs is something probably around 20%. Then winning between 25 and 50 run margin, the probability is around 10%. So that's what this is. And the command is again very simple, sn.distplot. So moving on, the next one is the line chart. So line chart is something which shows you variation of numerical quantities over time. So this is important to know that this is a time chart. So suppose you have year and population for different states. So you can just type a very simple command df.plot and by default it will plot you the line chart. So 1960 watt population, it was 1980 watt population, and then it will join the dots over here and make a line. Very simple. So next is pair plot. So pair plot is usually used to see relation between two numerical columns, continuous numerical columns, and it creates what is also known as scatter plot, which is basically the same thing, and this is used a lot in your linear regression algorithms to see the relation between two numerical quantities. And the command is very simple, sn.pairplot df. So here I'm passing the entire data frame. So what will happen is, even if in your data frame you have categorical columns, so the pair plot will automatically detect which are the continuous numerical columns, and it will automatically plot all of them as a combination. So if you have 4 columns, then you can expect a 4 by 4, which is a 16 pair plots you can see, and you can see the diagonal over here. It is nothing but a histogram because it is plotting against itself. The score A, score A, score B, score B. So that's how it is. So this is your pair plot, and then you have box plot, a very important plot. So what this allows you to do is to see the relation between your categorical and your continuous numerical variable. So here, for example, I have something known as loan status. So whether the loan has been paid off or not. And then I'm comparing this categorical variable against something which is a continuous variable, which is an interest rate numerical variable. So I'm seeing what effect interest rate has on loan status. And I can see that when the interest rate is high, the loan paid, this is loan status is nothing but charged off. So the default is, so interest rate whenever this is high, so I can see that the default rate is also high. So the command is very simple, sn.boxplot, and sn is nothing but your cbon. So I have imported cbon as sn.boxplot, and then you pass the two columns which you want to compare and see how one is affecting the other. So this is known as your interquartile range, and this is known as your upper fence, this is your lower fence, and then you have your median over here. And then you have something known as this is stack chart. Yeah, so this is something known as stack chart. So this is used to see the relation between multiple variables. So till now we have seen single variable, how it is distributed, what are the frequencies. Then we saw relation between two variables, two numerical and categorical, and this is nothing but seeing relation between more than two variables. So what you usually do for a stack chart is you first you group the data frame what you have with two categorical variables, and then you find an aggregate value for that. So basically there are three variables in this which you are plotting the bar for. So for here example, you have different grades of loan, and then you have the loan status. So the total count over here is the loan status, and then these two variables you are seeing for each year. So this is a very useful plot. And once you have your data frame where you have grouped the two categorical variables and you have the aggregate value, so you can just type df.plot kind equal to bar and stat equal to true. So it will give you a stack chart. And of course you have to group the data before you give this command. And last is your heat map. So heat map is again a very useful tool when it comes to seeing correlation between variables. So correlation is again seeing how one variable affects the other, and the command is very simple, sn.heatmap, and then you pass the correlation matrix over here. So you can see that one implies a very high correlation, so the lighter colors over here imply high correlation. For example, season and month, they are highly correlated. And then registered and count, they are highly correlated. And then on the diagonal, of course, you can see the correlation between the variables themselves. So this is again a very useful tool when you want to do variable selection in your regression techniques, and I highly recommend to use it for that because it gives you a very clear visual picture. So yeah, that's it for today. So I hope you like this video. So this is one of my first videos in the Python series. So I'll be uploading many more videos in a similar format. So I hope you like this, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.